one. So now
Okay.
we're starting up.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna give you guys a testing period for up to 6 years is where we are thinking to, give you guys, we have to have some type of, time. We can't leave this open-ended.
What if we get you a report within 6 years?
Okay.
But I'm thinking this is gonna take more like around 7 to 10 years reasonably to maintain the efficiency of the drug. So what if we, like 7 years, start off at 7, and then you guys get reporting of what's going on and everything. But then like after 10, then we could figure something out. 10 would be the higher end. I'm thinking we can get this done before then.
Okay, so what can you guarantee realistically by 7? Like what can you guys really guarantee by 7 years for us to give you guys an extra year?
That we will get as much of the testing done as possible, and we'll have a full comprehensive report that if we need more time testing, you guys will know exactly how much time after 7 years, and also like a detailed plan of how we're gonna roll that out. But we need at least 7 years to roll, to get things going, to roll everything out.
So are you saying 7 to 10 years max? Or are you saying after 7 years, then it might be another 6 or 9, or are you saying 10 years is the max?
It is a new drug. The plan, everything goes well, 7 to 10 years max. But obviously with the way we draft that, I can't 100% guarantee it's gonna be done in 10.
Yeah.
That's what
So
we're
if we
saying.
give,
We need
like-
at least 7. We'll check in at that point and
According to my research, like it could take 8.5 to 10 years for the FDA to do testing approval process for a drug,
Yeah.
a new drug.
right, and we wanna make sure it's safe, it's efficient.
It would do more harm to the university if we release a drug that's not 100% safe, not 100% ready. So if we do 7 to 10, and then how would you do it with, like if we have to deviate, how do you leave it not open-ended, but still secure them? How do we do that?
I'd say, kind of what we were saying, at least 7 years, and if we need more testing after that, we reconvene, we provide a report, and then we go from there.
Like we renew the contract.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that. So we come back at, if God forbid, we get to the 10 years and it's not ready, we come back and you guys have a possibility to pull out
Or renew.
or renew. I think by then we'll be very, very close if we get there. So we'll be okay with giving you guys the possibility to pull out, because I don't think you guys would want to at that part of the research.
So if we're going to renew, does that mean that you would still want China and India in there and Brazil?
When we're renewing?
Yes, because that now is something completely different. Are you saying that you would want the same terms of renewal?
So the exclusivity clause in 16
Yeah.
would only apply after the drug is ready. So this is like the stage before that.
Okay.
right, so once the drug comes to market,
Then we get the 5 years.
yeah.
Okay. I think the university would be okay with the age.
Yeah.
But we would still wanna keep those low income economies, and the lower middle income.
That's a lot of countries.
Yeah,
That's a lot of countries. So, and then this effect, if we keep the lower and the lower middle, if those are the two that you really want to keep, that kills our whole thing.
I know you guys did mention China, India, and Brazil. If we give you those,
so Brazil's in the upper middle,
yes, it is.
so that one wouldn't apply. Because you're saying that we would have the full exclusivity in the upper middle.
So you guys want the lower and the lower middle, correct?
Yeah.
What if we do, sorry, we'll give you guys the low income. But for the lower middle, let us pick at least 5 countries from there where we would ban.
So you guys are asking for a bunch. You're asking for extra time, and now you're also asking for how many other countries in the lower middle?
Just 5. There's like
So
40
3
countries.
extra countries, because we're willing to give you China and India, and now you're saying, well,
I see your point. We both don't want to pull out from this deal. We don't want to ban or hold the exclusivity clause to any countries that we don't have to. The countries that I'm saying were expressly mentioned by the investors.
Okay, and you want those countries specifically for
Just those countries.
marketing?
Yeah, to be able, it's 56 countries. I'm asking for 5. There will still be 51 countries that will be able to.
can you list the ones that, so we know we have China and India on our side. Which are the other countries?
So China,
Which ones?
India,
Thailand,
Okay,
Thailand,
There's one more. There's 2 more. Yeah, the Philippines and Vietnam.
Philippines, and Vietnam.
And I'm only picking the countries that are known for manufacturing generic drugs and taking people out the market.
So you're saying the marketing is good in those countries, or?
They have the highest possibility of manufacturing the generic drug quickly, just because all they have to do is reverse engineer it from our drug. So they will be able to get it out quickly. It's going to be a lot cheaper than us because they haven't done all the research. They don't have all the investors. All they have to do is take the end product and replicate it.
Okay, and will that be efficient?
What do you mean?
Like, are there gonna be testing and all of that just to make sure like everything will be going as smoothly as possible?
I think we need the exclusivity on those countries so we can ensure for now that those countries aren't ripping us off, which is hurting our business for the first 5 years.
How are you gonna guarantee that?
Because if we have the full exclusivity, then we have the ability to enforce the intellectual property rights against companies over there that are trying to rip us off.
The only reason we're banning these countries is for us to keep the investors.
Right, so it helps all of us, right? We all want to see this come to market and be successful.
just so I'm clear, your funding is dependent on these 5 specifically, and then obviously Brazil.
From the lower and lower middle income economies, correct,
Yes.
as the ones mentioned in Article 16. And banning these countries, although I get the university wants to hold their name, whatever.
Absolutely.
These are only 5 out of 56. And you guys have the full lower income. So 5 out of 56 means nothing.
I mean, we can't say it means nothing because China and India are pretty big.
Yeah,
Those are pretty big markets.
they are. They would be a great loss.
And we already don't know whether you guys are gonna secure this funding.
The funding is secured pending this Article 16. We have already raised $7.5 million.
Right, and then you still want another year and a half on top of that, is it 8.5 that we're agreeing on?
8.5 is reasonable.
I mean, if you want us to roll it out quickly, I can guarantee you the efficiency of the drug and how well
Yeah,
and I'm gonna remind you guys that you guys are profiting 5% off all profits once this drug is up and running.
I mean, you will be too.
100%. But I'm saying we all have a lot to gain from this.
But we also have a lot to lose. We got a reputation to uphold.
I feel like your reputation stays intact if you keep all the low-income countries. You can still advertise that you kept this drug open to all the low-income countries and only had to list 5 from the lower middle-income countries.
Okay. So these are the concessions that we're willing to do. We can give you, we're looking at 5 years, we'll agree to that, and we'll do a case-by-case basis on this. We'll see how you do in China and India specifically, before we measure Philippines, Vietnam, and Thailand. If there is success within the 5 years with China and India, we're willing to open Philippines, Vietnam, and Thailand. Will that suffice?
That's the opposite of what we need.
Mm.
We need to hold. How about this?
Mm-hmm.
We hold them closed for 5 years, and after the 5 years, if we're not able to effectively send them the drug, keep it at cost for them, then you guys can open it up.
Can you clarify what you mean by hold them close?
So right now, what we're debating is, or what we're negotiating over, is after the drug comes to market, we can sue these 5 countries if people in these 5 countries, if they start manufacturing the drug. So if you're saying we're gonna open it up and let them be able to manufacture it, they already manufactured it by the time we showed you guys that we're good. So we need it closed, keep the drug close to them, and then if we're unable to effectively send them the drug, then you guys can open it.
So you're asking for limited exclusivity period of 5 years for all of the countries you are proposing?
Correct.
Yes.
And then how about this? 3 years. 3 years, but if we're able to effectively send them the drug with good efficiency, you keep it up to 5.
How about 3 years with China, 5 with the rest? China might become an issue. China is one of the biggest manufacturers of nearly everything. So
that's the biggest issue for us.
That's like a
The
make or
biggest
break
manufacturing of drugs. If we're unable to maintain the market share at least for the first 5 years to get our name out there, we will just blend in with the rest.
So will you have the capacity to produce, sell, and deliver for all 5?
At
Within
cost.
5 years at cost?
Correct.
Yes.
At cost.
What do you think? With phase flexibility if they continue?
So 3 years, we prove to you guys that we're able to get them the drug,
Okay,
and if we are, we hold it up to 5.
okay. I think the university can work with that. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I think it's reasonable.
Okay, I think
So
we
3
have a
years.
deal, guys.
I think we do.
Awesome.
So 3 years, and then how much after that additionally?
We'll hold it up to 5 if we're successful.
And then hold it up to 5.
And they're also guaranteeing that they will produce, sell, and deliver drugs for all 5.
At cost, correct.
At cost.
Wait, produce, sell, and what?
Deliver
Deliver. For the 5 countries we want.
for the low and middle income. China, India, Thailand, Vietnam, and Philippines.
China, India, Thailand, what is the other 2? China, India, Thailand, Vietnam.
Philippines.
And then we're keeping the lower income completely open.
Correct,
Lower middle, those are the 5 we restricted.
correct.
And we're restricting everything after that.
Well, we are still giving you Brazil, but even though that's outside.
That's upper middle
Yeah.
and higher
Yeah.
income countries, so those
Okay, so
stay
we-
restricted.
But we actually do need a schedule. We need your scheduling plan for the testing plan for up to 8 to 5 years. Correct?
Correct. Can we take a little, let me speak with my
Okay,
partner for a second.
okay.